Just one more.
All right, so we are back, and that's going to be the start right there with some serious radio noise coming on in the studio here. We're trying to get a little bit of that race committee boat and bring it to you right in your ears.
So
I think we've done that. Look at that. It looks like they were in perfect alignment there for a minute, but this is that
Cabrina photo shoot.
I know. How many Cabrinas were in there? It was like 3 or 4. So we've got the start of our first heat of the fifth round now.
Fifth round, correct.
Round,
and we've got Lake in front, followed by Gunnar, and third is Castell. And in the back, looks like we have Spang and Rogue. So let's see the top 3 advance, and the top 2 are out. So the top 2 in the back are definitely looking for a 3rd place finish.
So that is Biniach, I think, in front, huh?
No, Lake is way in
okay.
front. There we go. Now we're going
second is Biniach, I believe.
with Castell right on his tail.
So no, that's Castell and Biniach right there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And Brian in front.
Gotcha.
And Castell changed kites. He went up to a 17, so I guess the wind is not building. Decided he was running on his 14 last time.
Yeah, so these guys are still trying to get the most power out of their kites as they can. Guys bumping up in kite size. Was Biniach on that same kite as well, or did he go up?
His kites all look the same, so it's really hard to tell when he's changing kites. He could be on a... Looking from here, I would say 17. I'm looking on the beach to see if I see a smaller kite or a bigger kite, but... Yeah, that's a 17, I believe.
So that's Biniach right there on that white kite, followed by Castell. And that is Brian Lake coming across the screen after rounding that mark. Brian with a clear lead over Biniach in second, followed by Castell coming up in 4th. Who is that guy on the Cabrina?
I believe that's probably Christian Rogue.
Christian Rogue.
The veteran racer. It does not look like he's going to catch up to that top pack.
I don't think so. It looks like a pretty good spread. I don't know. We could see some movement in second and third between Biniach and Castell, but not a whole lot of time left. One more buoy to round, and then the push to the finish line. As Biniach seems to be holding his lead, but around the buoys is oftentimes where we see change of positions. You can see a jet ski right there getting some shots of Brian Lake as he makes his way to the finish line. And let's check out that buoy rounding right there. Gunnar Biniach holding on pretty solid in his second place at this point. I don't think there's going to be much that Castell can do. As we mentioned earlier, the tide is dropping. So these guys are dealing with some more shallow water as they make their way to the finish line. So we could see someone, if someone isn't pinching as high as maybe they need to, we could see some fins get gone.
No, I think that I'm pretty sure the race committee kept the buoy in deep water. But like you said,
I think they're right on the edge. They're not in a whole lot of water when they're crossing the finish line, so. But that's going to do it for our race number 1 of round 5, right?
And that's it.
Round 5, race 1 in the bag, out on the water, lining up. These guys are, you can see that yellow flag up, so we are quickly moving into our next race with our second fleet of men in this one. Same fleet
one.
as
We got,
last.
yep, Gruber, Whittington, Capel, Marcis, Christensen, May, and Fisher. We can see all of them lining up. So, see if we can get our cameraman to go to the action. The race is about to start. All right, so they're all approaching the line. So we've got a clear start for race number 2. So it looks like Adam Whittington went to a 17. And I don't know if Florian Gruber made any gear changes.
I think Florian's been on his 17 the whole first round as well.
So this is a tight pack here.
So Gruber, Withington, and who is the RD guy?
Marcis,
Marcis.
Italian and RD. Alright, so they're getting to the mark. They're close together. Huh? Florian's in the lead. Marcis in second. Whittington in third. Fly surfer and Cabrina, another fly surfer coming. This race is still up for grabs, huh?
Definitely is anyone's race right now, as Gruber, Marcis, and Withington are just pretty much equidistant from each other.
If they stay like this, these three are staying in the...
Yeah, I think they're all pretty content with their position at this point. The threat of a fourth and third shift isn't really there right now. So I think they know that they're all sitting pretty comfortably if they just maintain that first, second, and third. And neither of them are going to argue. The first really doesn't matter. What matters is the final. So finishing in the top 3, they would move into that final. And that's what the goal of each of these guys is right now. So these 3 guys probably just not stressing too hard at the moment. Which almost kind of seems like there should be a little bit more of an incentive to push it here in these prelim.
Now what's going to happen as the sport evolves, the fleets are going to get bigger. And then every race and semifinal, quarterfinal, first round is going to get more and more technical.
Which is going to get more of a...
And that's one of the... Ooh! We just had a big crash in the back on the fly surfer off camera. But yeah, right now we're seeing really the elite, the professionals kind of dominating. The experienced racers, but as the sport grows, we're going to see the first round, the semis, the quarters, everything's going to get more technical. And more fun to watch.
Definitely. Yeah, these guys are really... I mean, there's only a handful of these guys that have really done a lot of slalom racing. Some of the guys showing up here are definitely coming more from the course racing background as we've shifted disciplines this year. Basically, there's no other course racing events except for ISAF events. So clearly the the appeal of slalom is growing
And
for many of those guys.
Florian just came across the line, followed by Marcis, and Adam is in third.
So no big surprises in that one. It was pretty much cut and dry.
Yeah, we also use the seeding to do all the ranking to make sure
Right.
that the top 3 guys are not together in the same race. So all top guys are spread out throughout the ladder, so they have a better advantage of moving on.
Well, that makes sense. Let's see. We've got a little bit of time. Let's roll one of these interviews when we talk to Julian about his first day of racing. Just let you guys see the man known as Julien Kerner doing really well here. Let's see what he had to say.
Hello, it's Julien Kerner. We are in Germany for the PKRA Slalom and Freestyle. It's the day number 5. And yesterday we did one race with few hits. And I win all my hits, but the last final I start too early and I lose my first place. But if you crash one time, it's finished for you because everybody go very fast. The jabbing is very important, and that's it.
That's right. Everyone goes very fast, and jibing is very important because that's where things get shooken up. That's where we see people bump kites, where we see people blow their jibes, and people taking different tactics through the corner. So that is very wise words from Julien Kerner, as he's gotten bullets pretty much every heat he's raced in today.
Today, yeah, well, we've only done one race, but the 2 heats he's won. And right now, he's the man to beat.
That's right.
Apart from his over early on the first final of race 1, he's been pretty deadly.
Definitely, with Brian Lake just on his heels. I know Brian has got a bit more weight on him. He's one of those racers that needs, to be locked and loaded to really perform, but definitely still performing quite strong. But I'm sure he wants a bit more wind as these guys take off at the buzzer, crossing the line. We've got Oswald Smith, followed by Baumeister. Who's on the RRD?
That's Kerner.
Kerner, and
We got the north, which is
Hogenjik, I think.
Bram and Rezig on the fly surfer.
No.
Kerner just moved in the lead, huh?
Yes, he did. Ozzy coming up in third place on that Aerosh kite, chasing down that custom ozone of Baumeister, that black and blue.
That's his 19 meter.
Ozzy, I'm pretty sure, is on his 17. And Julian, I think, is as well.
Look at Baumeister. He's moving up. He might get Julian.
All right. Let's see what he's got. Baumeister, he was pretty fired up when I talked to him this morning.
Look
Looks
at
like
that.
He's just
flying ahead.
Flying past Kerner on his kite.
Kerner doesn't have a bigger kite. Kerner's already maxed out, and Baumeister used the same strategy yesterday with a big 19, and
really working for him, huh?
What worked yesterday is working today. Now this is the leg that's a bit more downwind, so that's where the 19 is going to have a big advantage. And right on this leg, we should see Kerner's speed. Also, looking at Baumeister's gear, I've been kind of checking out everybody's gear on the beach to see what's working. Baumeister is on a slalom board, a true slalom board, not a race board. His board is made for this.
Well, I know Withington's is as well, specifically made for slalom. I think Brian Lake's on a board that he also uses for course racing. So it's no secret that as this discipline starts to evolve, we're going to see some very dedicated gear for these guys at the high level. And the cool thing is that the dedicated gear is still is going to be, pretty applicable for anyone. So It's the great thing about slalom is you don't need super high-tech gear that only a professional can use and ride. You can actually go out and rip around it. Any recreational kiter could. So we're seeing guys use boards that are anywhere from 50 centimeters wide up to 70 centimeters wide. So most of these guys have a light wind slalom board and a stronger wind slalom board. Most of these definitely directionals are the call right now, though we did see some guys on twin tips doing quite well. But I think primarily when the wind really picks up is where you could see some bidirectional boards coming into the mix. So it'll be interesting as we get to our next event in Fuerteventura. We're going to have a lot stronger winds. So
look at this finish here. We got Baumeister in front, but Julian's not far behind. This is where those sandbanks could come into play.
Baumeister going to be holding on, I think, unless he hits a sandbank and goes over the handlebars, but it looks like he's going to cross between that flag and that buoy for his first place finish and first one of the event for him, putting Julien Kerner in second. But all these guys advancing to the finals, followed in third by Oswald Smith from the Republic of South Africa. Ozzy, I just want to mention, is also an amazing athlete in every discipline in kiting. He's really good at freestyle as well as wave riding, so he's kind of got the full package, as well as Julien Kerner is quite a good freestyler as well.
Yep, and wave rider. But yeah, well, considering Oswald trains in South Africa and Julien in the south of France, his wave expertise is probably a bit better.
Yeah, it's not a big secret, but we've got some of our other competitors finishing up the race here, coming in and wrapping it up, and it looks like we've got the ladies coming up next. Is that right?
That's it.
All right.
Final number 6 of the ladies is coming up in under 30 seconds. We should be pretty close to the start.
All right, let's see what if we can see that race boat. We can see our ladies out on the water lining up. Here it comes. Ladies heat all clear. Baumeister on the line, followed by Bozy.
Bonninger, not Baumeister.
Baumeister, I'm sorry. Bonninger and Bozy and
Tatiana Lutz, and Bremer.
Bremer, all right. I was trying to pull it off of my memory, but too many names going through my brain.
So the surprise in the last women's final was Lutz moving into second. I see that Tatiana changed her kite. She went to her 17. And we'll see if she'll be able to stay in front and keep Lutz at bay. Lutz is the German freestyle champion. She's also quite the freestyler. So I guess she's the Aldwood Smith of the women. Bonninger rounding the mark, followed by Tatiana.
Boze.
Boze.
Lutz. Lutz has got her work cut out for her if she's going to be in the top 3 as she was in that last heat. Looks like she's making up some ground. She's pretty fast off the wind. She might have a bigger kite. I know.
She's on the twin tip. The other girls are on the race board, and she's really...
Lutz is on a twin.
On a twin tip, yeah. And she's really strong on that leg, which is surprising. Because that's the one that's the most downwind. That's where you would expect the race boards with their volume to float more.
I think the kite off the wind comes into play as well. Kite size and kite style. Design, as you can see, some of these riders having to work their kite a fair bit more, and some of those kites don't perform as well as others off the wind. That's kind of a crucial characteristic that has come into the kites designed for racing.
Looks like Lutz might take advantage there. Yep, she took the inside route. The other girls are kind of in each other's way. And Lutz snuck in.
And overtook Buzzi.
Buzzi and Tatiana.
All right, so second.
That's where the twin tip is an advantage. It's really around the marks.
For sure.
You can get a lot of speed.
Make up a lot of ground. Looks like all these ladies hopefully can keep their positioning here as we are coming up on our second to last mark. With Tatiana slowly inching up on Sabrina Lutz.
Yeah, but Lutz is fast around the mark with her twin tip.
Really tight around the turn. Lutz just getting a big lead over that. And looks like Buzzi might be putting the moves on Tatiana. Tatiana with a little stall after rounding that mark. Buzzi with a nice fast line.
And Bremer's doing quite good in this one. Bremer's just off the screen, but is maybe 60 meters, 2 kite lengths behind. So one mistake in front, and she could be right back up there. We're getting perfect weather for this competition.
Yeah, we've had 3 days of just gorgeous weather here in St. Peter-Ording. It's quite lovely when the sun is out and light breeze.
I think we might do our first event without a drop of rain.
Although I heard actually that tomorrow there is a little bit of rain, perhaps forecast some clouds. So with that usually means we do get stronger winds. So it's it's not necessarily a bad thing, although I haven't put my shoes on in a couple days. I've been enjoying walking around the village in the sand.
And here comes Manager across the line. In first place, another bullet for her. She's just dominating, and here comes Lutz in second.
And Lutz is looking like she's in pretty shallow water, but she's got the twin. Can she make it? Looks like
she's not worried about that.
Yeah, she's got her twin tip. No worries for her. And Tatiana inching out, superstar Christine Buzzi from Germany. Christine not going to be super pleased about these last 2 race results for her, but there is still time.
And especially now with the discards are going to come more and more into play. And Sabrina, with her second place finishes, is making up ground even on Tatiana.
Well,
A couple, I think if she gets another second place, she might move into second overall from fourth.
All right. So that's the ladies' heats. That means one thing, folks. That means we're moving on to our men's finals. This is where we've got the top 3 guys from each of those 3 heats coming up to battle each other in what is sure to be an action-packed heat. So do stick with us. We'll be back with men's final here live from St. Peter-Ording, Germany.
Just one more.
Hits its brakes and pops the trunk, says this you got to see. I got chains and diamond rings, 8 tracks and LPs. Do you like my merchandise? Says still that ain't for me. Just give me the beat. That's all I need. Just give me the beat.
All right, that means it's on, ladies and gentlemen. This is the men's final heat slalom, round 5, day 6.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All clear start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys out here in this pack battling for the top 3 spots.
All right, looks like we've got the Ozones in front.
It could be Withington, I believe.
I think Whittington's in front. Oh, man, this is going to be... And look at that. We got Gooners up there.
Gunnar and Withington with Bollinger.
All right.
Ballman. Baumeister. There we go.
This
One of those
first
Ts.
mark is going to be just... This might be chaos. Get ready for it. You might see a tangle here.
All right. This is what we want to see, folks. This is the elite fleet. Rounding, getting ready to round that first mark. Boom, taking it wide. Bunch of these guys, different tactics.
Kerner just
Kerner
cut
just-
inside.
And I'm not sure what Withington was doing, taking a
All right.
really deep line.
Whoa. Look at Baumeister. Baumeister's
Just
in
holding
second.
on.
Gunnar. Brian's in 5th.
Really mixing it up, but
I know,
it is
Gunnar
young.
just dropped back to 5th. Gunnar's a...
Wow.
Look at Baumeister's moving up again. Look at left at your screen. You see him move on Kerner on the RD.
Wow, that is pretty solid action right here between Kerner and Baumeister. It is anyone's game, both these guys. Looks like Baumeister taking a really deep line compared to Kerner. Has been just nailing the line
the
around
drive,
those
yeah.
buoys.
He was out this morning practicing. Right when our race director set the course, he was practicing. Looks like it's paying off. Big surprise in this one is Brian's in 5th.
Definitely he's going to need to pull some rabbits out of his hat to make up those 4 spots.
Kerner, just really nice turns.
Just nailing that jibe. Everyone taking a much wider path around the buoy, even when it's uncrowded. I'm not sure.
All right, here comes Brian. There, Brian's already back in 3rd.
All right, Brian's making his way past Oswald Smith and Florian Gruber.
Looks like we might get the Florian Gruber, Oswald Smith battle again.
And what happened to Withington? He's coming in. He just said, you know what? I'm so far back, I'm going to roll it up for this heat. But
And there's Castell as well in the back.
Kerner just nailing those lines around the marks. Really consistently fast here today on the slalom course, as is usually the case. Brian already coming up, battling for second. Real tight matchup. Baumeister and Lake battling for first and second here as they have just their last reach towards the finish line.
Oh, look at this. We got Brian
It's
and
going to be
Baumeister.
a photo finish, it looks like.
Oh!
Oh, and Baumeister just tags a fin or something and goes
no.
down. And Brian Lake from 5th, squeaking out a solid second place. And Oswald Smith getting that coveted 3rd place, followed by Florian Gruber in 4th. So insane action here on the race course. You can see Baumeister trying to
And you need to finish the
cross
line
the
riding.
finish.
You
Yeah,
you can't.
can't be off his board. He needs to be in a riding position. But it looks like he might not even finish. He put his kite down, and unfortunately for him, I'm not sure if he caught a fin in the shallows or...
I think so. I just hope he didn't break his board.
Yeah, that would be a bummer because that guy was ripping, had a solid heat that whole race, and was just close to closing the gap and just taking it in the shallows and going down. But quite an insane race. That's pretty solid action. That's what we like to see. And you can see a little overview of our beach. We've got another lovely day here. It is, what day is it? Is it Thursday? It's Thursday, approximately 3 o'clock local time here in beautiful Germany. Here's a look back at a bit of our village.
Well, we're still hoping to get a little more wind in the afternoon to get to some freestyle. But right now, Slalom is giving us a great show.
For sure. How many rounds do you think we'll make it through today, or what's the plan?
Of racing, I think we'll go all the way to 4.
All right. So we've just getting through our second, and now we've got a break again. Is that right?
Little break, yep. Just let everybody catch their breath, and then I'll go back out.
All right. So we're gonna break the stream so we can catalog these for review later in the week or whenever you want to watch them on YouTube. So in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes with the start of our round 3 for the day, round 6 for the event. And please do stick around. We'll be back with more here live from St. Peter-Ording, Germany. Don't go anywhere.
Just one more.
Hits its brakes and pops the trunk, says this you got to see. I got chains and diamond rings, 8 tracks and LPs. Do you like my merchandise? Says still that ain't for me. Just give me the beat. That's all I need. Just give me the beat.